Greetings and salutations, everyone. A Joint Malfunction here, and back once again today with another video. This time I'll be diving into the archives and discussing two videos that were uploaded onto this YouTube channel a decade ago in early 2016. Between YouTube soft nuking my channel and deleting some videos upon my own accord in the same year of 2017, very few videos remain from this time on my channel. I have tried for years to try and recover said videos, and unfortunately said efforts have been mostly in vain. It's partly soul-crushing to know that so many videos are just forever lost to time, unless AI goes absolutely ballistic in its capabilities to recapture lost memories, but these videos that I initially posted from August 2015 to April 2017 are simply a memory of the distant past. However, not all was completely lost. Thanks to a longtime friend known as Magic J Road Studios, two of the videos were recorded fully by him and have managed to survive through the test of time. Many screenshots, emails, alerts, and notifications and other documented records of my videos also still exist. They're still the mysterious apparitions of what once was the present, now echoing as a distant call to the past. Not the videos themselves, but at least remnants of what used to be. In any case, the first video we shall be delving into is titled Thomas and Friends, Shorts 1, Stafford and the Troublesome Truck. So this first video is very short. It is, after all, called Thomas and Friends Shorts, and it's barely a minute long, and basically it's just Stafford struggling to shunt the troublesome trucks. Oddly enough, this was filmed on a Crowburn's Gate setup that I had done at the time, and that time-lapse video is still up, I believe, on my channel. You can still go and watch that. It's from 2016. It's 10 years old now, which is absolutely wild to me that so much time has passed since then, but I digress. It's a very rudimentary kind of video, too. There's not a lot of editing. In fact, it's just one swoop camera angle. Although I will say, something that was new for me at the time, I did this with a script. All the dialogue was scripted and written. It's not very good, but I was a child at the time, and it was, just very simple overall, and just yada yada yada. And that run Stafford at the end is actually meant to be Edward saying that, not Stafford. But of course, it doesn't really come across very well in the episode. And the only time the camera changes angle is when the trucks crash and all that. And Stafford threatening the trucks to be scrapped by Oliver, that was supposed to be a reference back to Toad Stands By from season 4 and all that, since, it was the Brenner era. References were plethora in Thomas media, so of course that was reflected naturally in the short that I had created here. But yeah, that's basically it. There really isn't much to it. The Crowburn's Gate set, I have the time-lapse video up, so honestly it's pretty well documented what I have left of this layout. And of course, I had a lot fewer pieces back then, too. Rosie was a new piece. You can see her in the background that I got for Christmas 2015. Edward, I'd only had it for about half a year by that point, since I'd gotten him in the middle of 2015. Paxton, I had him a bit longer. I got him around 2012. Same thing with Stafford, Christmas 2012. But yeah, that's basically the end of Stafford and the Troublesome Trucks, the very first Thomas and Friends short that I ever uploaded. Now, as I said, there were two videos at the start. Well, the first was a short story, the second video is a time-lapse and layout tour, all wrapped up as one of the Tidmouth Station. Talk about a fancy start to a swanky little time-lapse video. To those renowned classical music artists among us. Yeah, even as a kid I liked Mozart. I was different from all the other regular pop music. It wasn't rap or anything like that. It was different to me, so I gravitated to it as a kid. And then also, Thomas and Friends was based off that as well. Now, this is a recording from a friend I mentioned at the start of the video. So it kind of skips around the time-lapse and goes to here where Tidmouth is actually finished construction, yada yada yada. So the camera angle is very janky and swanky because, of course, I was just a child at the time, and didn't quite know how to finish didn't quite know how to finish off a video, make it look polished and nice and yada yada yada. But I will say, if we pause around here, you can see Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle. Emily, with her coach at Tidmouth, only had 2 of the Pico canopies at the time, so limited in what I could do. No ballast, very little of everything else, and this was mostly all my track in my collection at the time. I used up most of my track building this single layout. Where nowadays, I can set up like 3 highly detailed layouts all at the same time and still have track left over, which is kind of boggles my mind how much my collection has grown in 10 plus years. And also how many of these pieces I still have. Like, for example, I still have the Steamworks, I have the Coal Hopper, quite a few other pieces as well, come to think of it. There's really nothing here that I see that I go, oh, I don't have that anymore. No, all of this I still have, which makes me happy since, I don't know, it makes me feel connected to my past somehow in some strange, it's not strange way, but just, that I'm still connected to it. I always love that cardboard shed. Like, the cardboard wasn't really shaped like a shed anymore, but I still have that piece of cardboard, which I just find kind of crazy since, it's cardboard. It's either thrown out or whatever, but nope, I still have that somehow. I don't know how I do. I just still have it. But yeah, you can see me. I have the Steamworks building off to the side, be like a warehouse building like it is in Season 2. And you can even see around where the logging depot thing is that I had to add curved tracks because I'd ran out of straights. It's also why the main line ends very shortly after the yard series. Again, I ran out of straight tracks. Honestly, I like the design. There's so many like tracks in open space too. Very good for like filming and very cinematic too. So honestly, props to younger me. But yeah, that was that. I mean, peace out. I mean, just innocence, wholesome, very just. I was younger, and you even see Cranky there in the background, so making a little cameo, and the utter carnage and chaos that I create and still create while building sets to this day. Because when you need to build a set, everything that was neatly stored away just gets thrown all over the place. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Certainly a trip back in time, and certainly a throwback to when my Trackmaster sets were a lot more rudimentary and simple in their construction and design. Trackmaster sets were a lot more rudimentary and simple in their construction and design. What a pleasant trip back in time that was. It's nice to step through the looking glass back into the past to see just how much has changed, and also to observe how much has remained relatively the same. One piece of advice that I'll dispense with is to always keep a soundly secure archive of your photos and videos, for one day it'll serve as an invaluable resource for looking back onto your past. In any case, thank you all so much for watching, please consider subscribing, and have a good rest of your day, for this has been a Junction Malfunction production.